Alright, well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is VilluhfyYT, and today we are going to be going over the Universe 7 ESPR stage that just dropped over here on Global Dokkan. This is specifically JP, but none of the units are any different, so I figured I would go ahead and revisit this stage just to kind of give you an overall look and see how things kind of how it would go, right? So I did a no item run for this specific stage. I will link that in the description. The team is going to be pretty similar to that. You know, it's a very RNG based no item run, but with items, I do think if you run like a team that's basically just centered around the 6-year anniversary, you should not have many troubles with it at all. However, I do think it is smart or in everyone's better interest, especially if you're on this video, to kind of go ahead, look at the team, see every unit that you could potentially use. I'll give you a quick overview and let you know how what I think about them and all that fun stuff. Like I said, you know, especially with this Universe 7 team, there are a lot of different options for the leader. That is one thing that's super good about this stage. Not too many other things, though, going on. Like, it seems like it's pretty self-explanatory, but I would like to kind of go a little bit more in depth just to give you a general idea of what you should expect from the stage when you go in, especially. But without further ado, let's go ahead, hop on over to the wiki, and then we'll go ahead and look at all the different units within the category and give you which ones are the best for this specific stage. All right, so now that we're over on the wiki, let's go ahead and take a look at it, right? Not too many things that should surprise you guys here. A lot of good leaders, right? You can see the the 6-year LRs are here. They are obviously the best units on the team, but the 177% from Goku and Frieza is something that you cannot understate the importance of. So if you do feel the need to run them, go ahead. They, you know, if you're going to bring them on the team, make sure you run them as a leader. They have the highest percentage boost, but I would recommend that you run 2 AGL UI Gokus for your specific setup, as I just think that that is the smartest way to go about it. So in my personal opinion, run the friend support as a UI Goku, just so you can have more dodging rather than more attack power. I just think it is more beneficial to you in the long run compared to what you might get in the, you know, if you run 2 Goku and Friezas, you know, you're running the risk of not having 18 key super attacks and stuff like that. And also, you see down here, there are some sub leaders. If for God knows why you are not, you don't have any of those guys, go ahead and run them. Now, Int 17, I wouldn't run as a leader. Same thing with Kaioken Goku. I think those are last-ditch efforts if those are the only guys you have for leaders. If you were really unlucky during the 6-year anniversary and Tanabata or anything like that, you couldn't pick them up with coins, then go ahead and run some of these other guys. But if you have none of them, I think you should just come back to the stage at a later time, because if you don't have a leader for it, you know, you just have to run a really wonky Realm of God setup that just probably won't work. So, you know, there's not too much to go on about there, but I think you know, there's a bunch of different plays with the leaders here. That's what kind of makes this category beautiful, right? That, you know, there's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaders, right? So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So 8 specific leaders that you could run if you don't have one of them for God knows why. 5 really good leaders and 3 sub leaders. So, you know, it's like one of those things, right? I'm trying to think of that. Now I lost my train of thought. But I think if you're especially going for a no item run, that you should probably run double UI Goku as leaders and don't bring Frieza and Goku. But, you know, you could potentially bring those guys and be just fine. I just think the Frieza and Goku, you need attack and defense lowering for them to get their maximum potential. You need more than one super. And the same thing goes for 17, where you just have to do a little bit too much team building around them, I feel, to make it to really justify running them in specific. But, you know, if that's your prerogative, then go ahead, give it a try, see how it goes. But especially if you're using items. But with the no item run, I just don't see it happening. So let's go ahead and talk more about some of the units here that you could potentially be using. Int UI Goku, I think, is a very good option. We got Physical Master Roshi is a super solid option. AGL Super Saiyan Evolution Blue Vegeta is another unit that you 100% should be thinking about. STR UI Goku is somebody that you can 100% get away with, especially in the no item run setting. He is somebody with the 70% chance to dodge. You know, it's just, you're going to get a lot of value out of him, right? So don't overthink it too much. Just go ahead, play it out. And then, you know, we're seeing here a couple different things for the tech support options. You could run both of them, Tien and Roshi preferably. AGL Fitboo is the best TUR option that isn't Evolution Blue Vegeta. The int options, int UI Goku is very good for his transformation. You get the guaranteed dodge chance once you do transform. You get under 50% HP. STR Kaioken Goku is okay. And then for the physical options at the TUR spot, the only one that I could think of, the only two that I could think of off the top of my head would be the physical support UI Goku as well as the physical Angel Frieza, as once you transform into his golden form, you do get that stun chance. So, and also the 40% support from the UI Goku. So, well, let me just kind of finish up on the LR talk real quick as well. The blue boys are very runnable with items, and Frieza and 17 are somebody that I would stay away from, just because I feel like they're just not worth your time, right? So, you know, if you have any questions, I've spent a lot of time in this stage with the no item run, so I have a lot of experience in here, so I feel like I can go ahead and answer any questions that you may have. Leave them in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see more guides or more difficult content stuff over here on the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss out when I do post Dokkan content. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop over to the Dokkan side of things and get into the run that we got completed for this specific video. Okay, so now that we are over here on the Dokkan side of things, originally I was going to do a little bit more of a non-conventional approach to how I wanted to do it, but you know, we died turn 1 trying to do some funky stuff. I was going to run the LR Android 17 and Universe 7 unit, but no, just couldn't get the setup exactly that I was looking for. Just didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I'm like, all right, let's just run the no item run team, get some items in here, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. So you can see that we got to buy up the Baba points real quick. We'll go ahead and hop right back in here in a second. Okay, so now that we've got everything set up, let's go ahead and play back this recording of the successful run that we did. Got it on 200 speed, just kind of get you guys going through here. You know, it's not the most exciting thing sometimes with this Dokkan gameplay, but, you know, we can go ahead and talk about some of the different things that I think about each stage as we kind of watch what I did for each one. So, one of the primary focuses here to me was making sure that we do get rid of Bergamo and Lavender, as they are type neutral. And, well, first of all, just get rid of Basal, right? So let this AGL UI Goku take him down in one go. Get rid of him so we don't have to think about it anymore. And then use all of our int power, like our boy Super Saiyan, or int UI Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and all that fun stuff. The whole attempt is just to get rid of Lavender, and then we just kind of you know, chip away at our boy Bergamo, as he is type neutral for most of the guys except for STR UI Goku, where there's type advantage, but then he becomes a problem for units like int UI Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and all that fun stuff. So you know, you do have to be careful with him, but you know, it's ultimately not too bad, as with items, we do have decently high defensive numbers with increasing defense on the dodge for like UI Goku, and the damage reduction that Evolution Blue Vegeta gets when he gets hit. So, you know, he takes 3 or 4 hits with the item active, it's double digits, and, you know, up the next thing you know, you've got super high damage reduction and all that fun stuff. So making sure, like, getting rid of Basal right away, and then making sure you can kind of efficiently get rid of Lavender, I think is the way to go. And then leave Bergamo for last, as, you know, he has no type advantage or disadvantage on most of the units on the team. Right here, the strategy was get rid of Ribrianne as quick as possible, and then try and focus on Kakunsa, get rid of Kakunsa, and then worry about Rosie, as we just don't have many physical units, right? So, yeah, the objective you'll see here is that we've got Roshi locked on to Kakunsa to try and get the stun, as she is the only one hitting Roshi, and he ends up doing a double super, double stun. I forget if it's a double crit, but I know he crits on one of them, so obviously, you know, Roshi is coming to do his job. Yeah, so it's just one crit, right? So he does stun her twice, though. Not that that matters, but we got everything we needed from him. So now all we have to worry about is a Rosie super attack, which obviously I am kind of scared about, because, like, you just know how this game works, right? Where Rosie is definitely like, I want to super STR UI Goku and caused him to lose. So, you know, that's where I'm thinking we're at, but luckily that does not happen. You know, as I always like to say, you're seeing this video, so you know that it went in our favor. So, you know, yeah, UI Goku right there almost screwed us with 215k per normal, so 430k from 2 attacks. That's always cool. That's just the ESBR experience, right? So, you can see we are on turn 3 already, and we are just putting in work on Rosie. Like, she's almost done. So, get our guaranteed dodges in, get our 5.4 million attack stat, go from there, do as much damage as we can, and then hopefully, you know, we're moving on to the next fight here in a moment. One thing you will notice is that we do have low HP, so you know, if we do go into the next fight, we are going to have the Roshi Revival active, so that means we do not have to pop an item on this turn. We can just kind of play it by ear and see what happens, as essentially we are getting a mulligan on whatever mistakes we may make on this turn with the Roshi Revival. So I'm thinking, let's get rid of Topo and then try and stun Jiren. Yep, so that way we can try and, you know, so we're going to try and survive this turn, right? But ultimately, we don't get that lucky. UI Goku pops out a 6.6 million attack stat that does crit, so, you know, that is a super, super high attack number. But Jiren ultimately does get the super and take us out for about 1 million damage, but that is a type disadvantage super in Extreme Super Battle Road, so most units that have no real defensive gimmicks other than dodging are going to take a lot of damage. That's just the risk you run. Is that me just sticking my neck out for UI Goku? Maybe, but we're not going to talk about that. So, you know, we did get the revival, so there's not too much to worry about there. We are almost done with this specific stage. I do believe we have 2 more turns after this one, and then we are on our way. But you can see we are flying at the moment. Not too much to worry about. Full health, stacked up on items. Like, I'm just not playing any chances at this point, but we are cooking. So, yeah, we definitely have 1 more turn after this one. We get no stuns with Fit Boo here, but you do see that he does get his dodges off, so that is where his utility comes in. We put Evolution Blue Vegeta in slot 1 to get all of the damage reduction buffs because he's taking mostly type disadvantage or type advantage attacks from Jiren, so we have nothing to worry about there. Go ahead, do our thing on this attack, or this turn rather, get as much damage in as we can. And then one thing you will notice is we have very high HP, and it's about to be turn 4, so we are going to be able to use the UI Goku active skill, and ultimately that is what we use to get the job done. So this has been the Universe 7 stage, now out on Global. Everything that you're seeing is basically the same gameplay that you will see on Global, but in this case it is just in Japanese. The team is exactly the same. Like, you can run everything that I'm running here on the JP side, but it's going to work exactly the same on the Global side. So we are going to go ahead and let UI Goku's active skill finish this off for us. You know, get a cool little windscreen going, all that fun stuff. But this has been the Universe 7 Extreme Super Battle Road stage. I figured I'd revisit it quickly after the no item run just to make sure, you know, I do cover it, because on Global I know this is the new Extreme Super Battle Road stage. That's all I have for you in this video today. I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out when I post Dokkan content like this. I'd love to see you here again. Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day.